What is going on, people? Welcome back to the Nick J. Francis channel once again. West Ham versus Arsenal, another game, another Arsenal fixture. Arsenal trying to close the gap on Liverpool, who seem to be running away at the moment. What's the points difference now? I don't even know what it is. Let me look at the table. Liverpool currently 9 points, 9 whole points ahead of Arsenal. Only one loss to Nottingham Forest so far this season. Liverpool looking almost unstoppable. Man City faltering by their standards, down in third. They're only 1 point ahead of us, so this is a good opportunity to leapfrog them, although they will have a game in hand. Liverpool and Manchester City are playing tomorrow, so that's going to be a big game. If Man City can get points there, if Man City can get a draw there, anything that can happen there, you know, I don't even know what the best result is. Probably a draw is the best result, right? That would put, you know, if we can get through West Ham, the draw there does us a bit of a favour. We can start trying to close that gap on Liverpool a little bit. But it looks like Arsenal will finally, under Arteta, potentially finish the season ahead of Manchester City. The only problem is we won't finish ahead of Liverpool, and so you know we still might not win the league, even with that situation. So you know it's a really crazy season at the moment. Arne Slot has just come in and taken the league by storm. That Liverpool are at the top, not just in the Premier League, they're up top in terms of the league as well. And Arsenal with a lot of work to do. Arsenal today with some injuries. I don't know if you've seen Mikel Merino has, I think it's a muscle injury or a knee injury. There's one muscle injury and one knee injury between Merino and Partey. So they're both out. So we're going to start with a midfield of Jorginho and Declan Rice. And I tweeted, you know, with that midfield, I'm not sure we score more than 2 goals. You know, they have Bowen, they have Crescencio Somerville, very quick, direct wingers. Balls over the top could be a problem. Balls into the box with Mikel Antonio up top. I'm not sure that the midfield of Rice and Jorginho has the legs and the technical ability, to be honest with you, to really defend against, you know, they can't run against legs for a start. But in defense, we do have Calafiori and Urian Timber. So let's go through the team back to front. We're 8 minutes away from kickoff. Again, if you're here, like the video, subscribe to the channel. In goal for Arsenal, David Raya. Back four, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, Jurian Timber. Really solid back four. And Timber looks so much more comfortable at right back. At left back, he can invert and he's put in some good performances. But at right back, he's really able. That's his natural position. And we can see a massive difference in how comfortable he feels on that right-hand side. Like I just said, that midfield, Jorginho, Declan Rice, Ødegaard, who is, of course, recently back from injury and has been balling out like crazy. And then on the left, Leandro Trossard, Kai Havertz, and Bukayo Saka. And I think the problem that we've got with Partey and Merino is that they're not even fit enough for the bench. They're completely out of the team entirely. We've got a bench of Kieran Tierney, Jesus, Martinelli, Kivior, Zinchenko, Raheem Sterling, and then Neto, Nichols, and Wanyeri. So it's the midfield that's a problem, because really, if you look at our midfield, we've got no real midfielders in terms of the 6 and the 8. I know we've got Ranieri, who can come on in a 10. We've got Jesus, who can come on as a striker or wide. We've got Gabriel Martinelli, who can come on out wide. In terms of the midfield, the only person you've got really is Zinchenko, I guess, to come on and maybe play a bit of a midfield role. So we're going to need Rice to, you know, be fit enough to get through the whole game. We're going to need Jorginho to get through the whole game as well. And Jorginho doesn't really play much football. That being said, when he does step up for Arsenal, he tends to play well. We have had some good performances from Jorginho, to be fair to him. So let's not disrespect him too much. He's been decent for the time that he's been at Arsenal, and we constantly underestimate him because of his legs, his fitness, mostly his speed, his physicality. That's the weakness for Jorginho. And if they are going to go long into their wingers, or if they are going to go long to Mikel Antonio up top, I'm not sure how good we're going to be at trying to defend that situation with Jorginho in there and only Declan Rice to support him. In terms of West Ham's team, and you know, West Ham have been playing some reasonable football. They started off the season really poorly and actually have kind of clawed it back a little bit. When I say clawed it back, they've got 2 wins in their last 5, 2 wins in a draw in their last 5. But at the beginning of the season, Lopetegui was pretty awful, and some of the fans were even calling for David Moyes to come back. They've got ex-Arsenal Lucas Fabianski in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, and Emerson are really experienced. You'd expect a kind of solid back four, experienced back four. In the midfield, they've got Carlos Soler, who's ex-PSG, I believe, Thomas Souček. We all know what he can do, and they're kind of talisman midfielder of Lucas Paqueta. And then, like I said before, Jared Bowen, Crescencio Somerville, and Mikel Antonio make up the attack. So I think on paper, that's a really solid West Ham team, to be honest with you. They've got Vladimir Kufal on the bench, Luis Guilherme, Danny Ings, Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez, I thought was fantastic for them last season. Rodriguez, and then they've got younger players that probably aren't really going to get a look in. So their bench is pretty sparse, I guess. You've got Edson Alvarez, who can be a game changer. Danny Ings is a decent player, but not really someone that you're going to expect to come on and change the game, really. So 4 minutes away from kickoff now, the players are just kind of lining up in the tunnel. And Arsenal are unbeaten in our last 5 games at the London Stadium, which is where this game's taking place. We've got 3 wins there and 2 draws. So this is a place that we go to and we typically win. I think since we signed Declan Rice, he's played West Ham twice. And I think the first time we played West Ham, it was awful. It was his first kind of bad performance for Arsenal. But then we played them again in the league and we smashed them. I think a 4-1 or a 5-1 or something like that. And Declan Rice himself actually scored an absolute banger of a goal against them. So they're still kind of bitter about Declan Rice having left their club and some of their fans. A bit of a polarizing figure Declan Rice is at West Ham Football Club. But there you go. He's going to get another chance to stick it to his old club. I think he's got a lot of respect for them, to be fair, but I think he's unhappy with the way they've treated him, and that's where there's a little bit of needle coming from in terms of this team. And for me, where do we win this game? Where do we win this game? Well, it will be Saka up against Emerson. I think is a good battle. I think Saka can get the best of someone like Emerson. We're going to have Paqueta dropping in and trying to double up on him. It's going to be about Saka, Trossard, getting crosses into Havertz, something that we didn't do when we had Jesus in the game. We didn't look to get crosses into him as much. But there you go. It's not, we're looking to him to play the ball through and we're looking to Jesus, to play the ball to his feet, link up play, different things like that. And it's been reasonably successful, to be fair, in Jesus' last couple of performances. But, balls into Havertz, he's always, we know Fabianski's not the best in terms of in the air, the physical side of being a goalkeeper. That's probably a bit of a weakness for him. Trossard starting, what can he do up against Wan-Bissaka? Wan-Bissaka, one of the best kind of on the floor, one-on-one right defenders. He's very, very difficult to dribble past. They called him the spider from his Crystal Palace days. But Trossard isn't that type of player. Trossard isn't that type of run at you and do step overs and try and beat you for skill type of player. He's going to look to pass the ball around you, create triangles, put crosses into Kai Havertz. And that's what I think makes the most sense for this type of player, for going against Wan-Bissaka. Like I said before, that it's just the midfield that worries me. Declan Rice and Jorginho, between them, I'm not sure they have the legs. I feel much more comfortable with Rice in there alongside a Partey, alongside a Merino. Declan Rice being in there with Jorginho, I'm not sure that kind of works. We have seen it work a little bit last season, but we'll see how it goes today. Carlos Soler, new to the club, just making his 3rd Premier League start. Like I say, he was at PSG, I think, last season. A good technical player. Him and Paqueta will be trying to pull the strings. But still new to the team, still very much sort of bedding in a little bit. He's a technical player, and they've got a lot of big athletes around them. And they are mixing, you've got Thomas Souček, you've got, who else? You've got Mikel Antonio. So you're mixing kind of with Paqueta and Soler, some of the technical players, technical midfield football players, alongside some of those like kind of bigger, more athletic type of players. So let's see what happens. My score prediction, I'll take a 2-0. 2-0. We've started scoring goals, quite free-flowing scoring goals. We need to continue that. We need to keep scoring goals. However, I don't know that this midfield can push West Ham back as much as Partey and Merino can. So I'll be very surprised if we score more than 2 goals. And I think that we should be able to keep a clean sheet. We should be able to keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, for me, maybe a 2-1, but I'm going to go 2-0. I'd expect us to go here and win 2-0. I think last season, we won every London derby. Or we didn't lose a London derby. I think maybe we drew to Spurs or something like that, but we didn't lose a single London derby at all last season. And we should be looking to keep that going again this season, because we are the biggest and most successful club in London. No excuses. The London Stadium is not too far from the Emirates Stadium, so it's not like it's an away game, but it's not a very long travel, all that kind of stuff. I think that plays into our hands a little bit. So West Ham here just getting ready for the kickoff. And I'll put out my little graphics. Here we go. We've kicked off. And straight away, West Ham are going to look to go long. And I expect to see them go long with Thomas Souček stepping up onto Calafiori. And I expect to see them go long a lot. They've got Souček, like I say, they've got Mikel Antonio as well. I'd be very surprised to see them trying to play through. And that's where I'm just a little bit concerned about Jorginho. Like I said, the physical side of his game is not his key strength. Fabianski trying to play out from the back. And with Trossard in there, you know, he's a lot more of a passive player than, especially in terms of Saliba just getting into a little battle with Mikel Antonio. That will be an interesting battle. Saliba and Gabriel have done well against the big physical strikers so far this season and last season as well. But that will be an interesting battle. Mikel Antonio, very, very dangerous. But yeah, Jorginho going forwards, he can pick a pass, he can break the lines, but can he find the space? He needs a lot of time and space to be able to do it. And I was saying about Trossard, that's what I was saying. Trossard doesn't give us the same pressing ability. Straight away, Saka fouled by Emerson, but ref's not giving it. Definitely gone through the back of him there. Minimal attempt to get the ball. And Trossard's he's not going to go and press high and try to win the ball up high quite in the same way that, you know, Martinelli would do or something like that. You know, he's a little bit more reserved. He kind of waits a little bit to let the game come to him, which I kind of am not actually a massive fan of. But, you know, that's really the difference. I think Martinelli's more likely. Calafiori's dispossessed. Jared Bowen is in the final third, although Declan Rice is covering him. Calafiori comes across and it's going to go for a West Ham corner. And Calafiori needs to buck his ideas up a little bit because that's happened a couple of times. That has happened a couple of times. Last couple of games, he's been caught out. I think he's actually gone for a goal kick instead of a corner kick. Goal kick's been taken. West Ham really reluctant to commit players forwards. They really want to sit in their shape, which makes sense. Let me know what you guys think as well about the best possible result for Arsenal in terms of that game tomorrow for Liverpool and Manchester City. You know, what's the best result? Do we still think Man City is so destined to come back late into the season that actually them dropping as many points as possible was great? Do we think actually Man City can do it with a win that will put them above Arsenal, but start to bite into the lead of Liverpool or just disrupt their momentum? What's the best possible outcome? Because at the moment, with City still 1 point ahead of us, there's no real good outcome at the moment for that game. From an Arsenal perspective, there's nothing that really kind of helps us, if you know what I mean. Arsenal struggling to play it out, going back to David Raya, over to Gabriel. I think the ground's a little bit wet. The ball's just sticking a little bit. Trossard nearly losing out again. Yeah, straight away I'm noticing the ball is not zipping across the surface. The grass is quite long. And like if you're not putting the right amount of punch into the passes, the ball's just being held up a little bit in the grass. So that's something that we've got to bear in mind because we just tried to. I think Gabriel tried to pass it across to Saliba and it just went short. Raya was able to come and collect it, so didn't lead to anything, but just something to keep an eye on. Saka trying to run forward now, his first attack. Somerville dropping back with him. He's not really got a lot in the way of support. Loses out to Paqueta, and Saka gives away the foul. It's good defensive legs from Somerville there, but Saka just got nothing with him. And you're just looking around, wondering where Jurriën Timber is. But again, with the wingers like this, Arsenal currently, I think that says we're bottom for shots on target in away games this season. Is that right? Shocking stat. We have been really bad on the road, to be fair. That's why the Sporting performance was so important. There were two good performances from against Nottingham Forest and against Sporting. So trying to build on that. I think Raya could do with a clean sheet as well. Trossard, just a little bit of a mistouch, but he still got it. Trossard, again, a player I've been very, very critical of Trossard so far this season. I've not really enjoyed watching him play. He's been making a lot of mistakes. Saka plays through Odegaard, but just slightly too much on the pass. But yeah, I think Trossard's been pretty poor so far this season. Cost us a couple of red cards in the early part of the season. But he started to play well. He started to step it up. There's talk of a new contract, so he's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I don't think he's what we need. I don't think he's the answer. I think there's better out there, but it's a great pass actually from Trossard over to Odegaard. Now Jurian Timber with Paqueta up against him. Great feet. Odegaard again floats onto the back post. Calafiori, Declan Rice, what can you do? With Kai Havertz in there, we've got to put a cross in. I think that goes for a corner. Arsenal's first corner, 6 minutes in. We're just moving the ball a little bit slow. But yeah, Trossard, I think, with the experience that we have in the team, or the lack thereof, I think he's a good experienced player. I'll say that. If we are going to look to upgrade on Martinelli, Trossard's a good, versatile attacker. So I can see why he stays in the squad. I don't really understand looking to do the contract situation of him now before we have a new director of football in. But he's a talented player, but he's not a level raiser, is he? If we're being honest. Rice at the corner, near post, it's flicked out. Not better than Ahmad. I think Trossard is better than Ahmad, to be honest with you. But Ahmad's young, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? All his experiences, listen, in a year or two, I don't think that's outrageous. I think if Ahmad keeps playing football, because he wasn't really getting minutes under Ten Hag, but if Ahmad keeps playing football consistently all year, by the end of the year, I could definitely see Ahmad overtaking Trossard, but he needs the minutes. That's the only thing. Do you know what I mean? Trossard was an ice cold killer at Brighton. And then he was very, very good when he came into Arsenal as well, but he's just tailed off a little bit this season. But shout out to Ahmad Diallo in the chat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Like Ahmad, bro. Ahmad is a good, talented young player. Do you know what I mean? He just needs that Premier League experience, which he doesn't quite have yet. Trossard in his first battle against Wan-Bissaka, and that should go for an Arsenal corner. The ref's given a throw, but I definitely think it went out for a corner before Wan-Bissaka won it. It's the left side as well. Like that's my concern. It's the left. We're so over reliant on the right hand side. Good tackle from Calafiori. Trossard is not quite the level raiser that we want, and Calafiori doesn't feel like he's quite bedded in yet. Doesn't feel quite comfortable in this team yet. It's a great 1-2 to Timber. Arsenal corner, maybe it does go for a corner. But yeah, so it's the left-hand side of both of them. Do you know what I mean? If it was Calafiori with Saka on that side, or if it's Calafiori with Martinelli on that side, or if it was Trossard with Timber on that side, I'd feel a lot more relaxed. But the two together is a little bit of a worry for me, and in my personal opinion. We've got another corner here. Ref just making sure there's no foul play. We saw Gabriel score an absolute bullet header last game. I think he was my man of the match against Sporting, Gabriel, personally. Absolutely locked up Gyökeres. Saka's corner comes in, it floats to Nipper. Says Gabriel's 1-0. Oh, what was I just saying? He scored last game. He scored in the last game. And of course, Gabriel, once again, my man of the match against Sporting. And he scored again here. Another goal, another headed goal, 1-0 Arsenal, just to ease the pressure off a little bit. And a couple of corners. The corners are just dropping to the near post. And because Saka does have a tendency to underhit the corner, you're kind of sitting there wondering, when it's coming to the near post, is that on purpose? Is that deliberate? Or is Saka sort of underhitting it? Is that actually a mistake? But it looks like it's not a mistake because both times they've had runners to the near post. Let's see this again. It looks like there's runners to the near post. Who is that? Timber? No, it's just Gabriel. Timber just blocks off Paqueta, and Gabriel himself just manages to get in front. That's good play. Really good play. 1-0 Arsenal. Corner FC, blood. Corner FC will take it, bruv. We'll take it. Right now, Gabriel has 11 goals from set pieces. James Tarkowski has 10 goals from set pieces. And you know who's third after that? Virgil van Dijk, blood. And they're at the top of the table. So I'll take it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with that. That don't bother me whatsoever. It's about winning games at the end of the day. No problem whatsoever. And in the last 2 games, we played Sporting and we slapped them and it wasn't all set pieces or corners. And we played Nottingham Forest and we slapped them and it wasn't all set pieces and corners. So it's calm. Do you know what I'm saying? Works for me. It's a great goal. Very, very good goal. Shout out Ahmad Diallo in the chat, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's a corner FC. What are United? Bottom half FC, blood. Less of that, bro. Oh, Trossard feels like he was fouled by Bowen. The ref didn't give it. Bowen went for a cross. And that's what I mean. Look, there's a lack of physicality in this midfield. Saka's won that ball really well. Needs to release it, though. Emerson gets the tackle. But the ball's bouncing in the midfield a couple of times, and Rice bottled a challenge there, in my opinion. Didn't really follow through with a challenge. Jorginho didn't look interested. Kai Havertz thought about it, but then decided to go and attack and sit in the 9 position, which made sense. But we're just lacking that physicality in the midfield. That is going to be the concern for me. Good pass from Jorginho, to be fair. Trossard, what can he do? Can he get a cross in? Takes the corner, comes off Wan-Bissaka. Uncharacteristic running and dribbling from Trossard. We don't really see that a lot. Trossard he's always a goal threat. That's the one thing. He's always a goal threat. Corner FC will take it. Man don't care. Man is shameless. Ahmad said, in my opinion, Arsenal this season regressed from last season playing like Ten Hag United. I agree that we've regressed. I wouldn't say we play like Ten Hag's United, but I would agree that we have gone backwards at the same time that Liverpool have gone forwards, 100%. We've made Declan Rice with another corner coming in. That one nearly went straight in. What can Odegaard do? Timber just holding on to it for a bit too long and gives away a sloppy foul. Yeah, I wouldn't say we play like Ten Hag's United. I wouldn't say that. Ten Hag's United, man is saying it's like individual moments of brilliance. For me personally, I can see what Arteta's trying to do. I can see what the team's trying to do. Even with the corners, they're set pieces, they're worked on. There's a structure there. There are just some bits that need to be worked on. Ten Hag win a lot of games. Ten Hag wins a lot of games without performing. That's what I mean. I disagree. I think if you look at the 2 games, not even making excuses, if you look at the games where we had the red cards, we were outperforming those games. We were playing well. We have played good football. We've lacked a striker, and we've of the first like 5 games of the season, we've got red cards in 2 of them. So we lost with 10 men. Brighton, before we got the man sent off, we were smoking Brighton. We were absolutely smoking Brighton. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't think that we're not performing. I wouldn't say that. I do think that we've regressed, though. I do think we ain't got the same level of output that we did last season or the season before that. So I will agree with that. But I do think that we are still performing well. But there's been silly discipline things, and like I said, the red cards, just those silly things. I mean, really, really silly stuff. So I'd agree with the regression there, 100%. 100%. Arteta needs a trophy. He does. Every manager needs trophies, of course, but Arteta definitely this season, if he doesn't win a trophy, he's going to be in very, very hot water, unfortunately. So, and you know what? It might not be his fault. Yeah, injuries, red cards, whatever. All of these things, these excuses, is true. But it's still a results business, isn't it? Man has still got to go and win trophies regardless. Everybody gets injuries, red cards. These things happen, but you can't. It can only be an excuse for a certain period of time. So. But now I have to say, when Saliba was injured a couple of seasons ago and it looked like, we can't really win games without him, although he's playing really, really well now and he seems to have even potentially got better, Gabriel and the rest of the defense look, Timber's back, Ben White's there. I do feel like we could go, maybe not 6 months, but we could go a month or 3 or 4 games without Saliba and still be kind of okay. We're not relying. Maybe that's not the case for Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? Saka, I think, is super crucial. Ødegaard with brilliant ball in. It's blocked. Arsenal. See, that set piece goal, we're playing really well now. We were playing a bit cagey, and yes, we got the set piece goal. So man will say corner FC, but we've started to play much better football now. Much better football. And there's the ball getting stuck. West Ham in behind. Somerville goes for the chip. The chip is in. The flag then goes up. I thought it was offside. That's very unfortunate for West Ham. I did think it was offside, but that came from what I said before about the grass being long. Calafiori's played the ball back to Timber or back to Gabriel, and it's just sat. The ball just didn't move, and it just sat in the grass. And then from there, yeah, Somerville, he's well offside. It was a brilliant chip finish, though. Really good chip finish. Amad Diallo said, do you think City will bounce back? Yes. Maybe not. Trossard is still down. He got smashed in his lower back by Wan-Bissaka. It was one of those. Trossard's looking up at the ball to try and control it, and Wan-Bissaka's looking up to come and head it. So there's, they're clashing a little bit. But there you go. Do I think City will bounce back? Yes, I do think City will bounce back, but not enough to win the league. I think they're struggling. City looked like Arsenal a few years ago, where with Arsenal, maybe not this season so much, but before the last 2 seasons, when Arsenal have come second, you felt like even if Arsenal were winning 2-0, if you score a goal against them, they'll get rattled. They'll probably fall apart. You don't really feel that way about Arsenal today. And obviously the last couple of seasons, you don't really feel that way either. Not to say that Arsenal were perfect, but you didn't feel that they were mentally weak. Whereas now with City, even if City are winning 2-0, if they concede a goal in 60 minutes, you feel like, yeah, we can probably go on and win this. And City used to never make teams feel like that. You'd feel like there's no way we're going to win. It's a mountain to climb. And now you don't really feel that way. You feel like you can probably get out that team. And if you do score a goal, they could potentially fall apart. So I think they'll bounce back, but not enough to win the league, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, I don't care, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, unfortunately for them. But I do think they'll bounce back. If they get into a situation where they're fighting for top 4, then yeah, because it's a long season, injuries, all different things. The game has become a bit of a basketball match here. It's just end to end, bouncing all over the place. And neither team can really get a foothold in this game. Ødegaard, can he release Saka? He can. Again, Ødegaard's got 2 on him. Saka's got 2 on him, sorry. And he just gets beyond Paqueta so well, but can't find the pass to Rice. It's just that midfield again. We just need that midfield kind of sorted. Declan Rice. I need to see Rice getting a bit more involved, to be honest. I'll come to the comment after this phase of play. Ødegaard tries a scoop pass, which just didn't work at all. And again, the ball goes up in the air and no Arsenal player competes for it. They just leave it. They just let it come down from the air. Rice again. Out wide to Saka. We need to get shots away a lot quicker. And to be fair, I think that we need to use the midfielder on the edge of the box, just like Partey did against Nottingham Forest. That's what we need to do. But we don't really have that profile of player because, like I say, Partey and Merino both out injured. So Saka's looking to drive into the box, then looks out wide and he sees Jorginho, or looks to his left, just on the edge of the box, and sees Jorginho, and that's not really the pass that you want to be making. because that could potentially kind of kill the momentum of the attack a little bit. But there you go. I think City start the season like this most of the time, though. After January, they could win every game. Yeah, we've not seen City this bad, though. We've never seen City 5 losses on the bounce. We've never seen that. And it's also how the players deal with that type of attention. How do they deal with not? We saw when City played against Arsenal and they drew, and Haaland was saying, "Be humble, yeah, be humble" to Arteta. Like that to me seemed like Arteta hadn't actually done anything in that game. Saka here, can you find a cross to Havertz? Cuts onto his left, finds Odegaard. Can we find a shot somewhere? That's a brilliant little chip. Wan-Bissaka gets it away. Jorginho wins a header. Uncharacteristically, he gives away a foul actually more than wins the header. Yeah, I do think that City just look a little bit more rattled and a little bit more emotional than we're used to seeing them. Like I say, with the be humble stuff and all that kind of stuff, I don't think they carry that same fear factor. And it's how do they deal with that? How does Haaland deal with it if he's not getting the supply? How does Kevin De Bruyne deal with it, etc.? And this is all off of an injury to one player, mind you. Do you know what I mean? There's one of their players is injured, and the whole thing seems to be potentially falling apart. Like I say, 5 losses back to back as well is a bit crazy. So, but you're right. City do always start the season slow. We know that, but not 5 losses or 4 losses on the draw back to back bad. It's never been that bad. Odegaard, we should be able to find a shot here. Find Saka, can get a shot away. Oh, it's just wide. It was a good shot, good decision. We should get a second before the half. We should get a second before the half for sure. And to be fair, West Ham still looking dangerous, still fighting back, not making it easy. I think Saka should have probably got that on target, to be fair. It's not far away. Keeper was beaten as well. If that's on target, that's in. Because the keeper was beaten. Oh, risky pass from David Raya. It worked, though. It did work. That ball just constantly stuck in the grass. Leandro Trossard wins the corner really well. That's really, really good play from Trossard. He's got 2 on him. He's really got nowhere to go. Julian Lopetegui, another Ten Hag in the league. I wouldn't say another Ten Hag. I mean, Ten Hag was like, United are only 1 point ahead of West Ham, and United spent about 600 million or something crazy under Ten Hag. So Lopetegui hasn't spent anything like that kind of money. So I wouldn't say that. He's working on a lot of a tighter budget. Another Arsenal corner. To the back post that time. It's another corner again off the head of Soucek. Man said, we are back now. Bro, you man drawing against Ipswich is back. Is that what it means? You're back, yeah? And scraping a win against Bodo Glimt. Say no more, man. United, you man are back, bruv. Why not, man? You know what I'm saying? Man beat Bodo Glimt in the Europa and said, we're back. Say no more, man. Man said back. Now, Amrin's good. No, I mean, they shouldn't sack David Moyes, bro. You've had a few managers there's a few managers that shouldn't have been sacked, but another corner again. Saka with the corner. Oh, it's a great save. It's off. I think it was off the head of Timber, and the keeper didn't know much of it. Just kind of hit him. Great interception from Jorginho. Arsenal should be in. I know they've got a lot of defenders back. Can we find a pass? Havertz. That's a brilliant save from Fabianski, to be fair. An absolutely brilliant save. Just instinctive kind of save. Didn't know too much about it. Declan Rice drives the ball across the ground. No one was in there. We need a number 9. We need a more natural number 9. I'm telling you, that could be the difference. If we get ourselves a better, more natural number 9, we go to another level. 100%. 100%. That gets us trophies. What trophy? I don't know. It might be FA Cups. But that gets us trophies. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be a Haaland. It doesn't have to be someone like a Haaland. It doesn't have to be that prolific a goal scorer, but a natural, good quality number 9. You know, you put an Ollie Watkins in this team and you're cooking. Someone of that type of level or caliber for me would be a difference maker. Trossard has tried 2 crosses now, and they've both just hit Wan-Bissaka. He's got to do better with these crosses. Only Ødegaard seems comfortable playing in tight spaces in this Arsenal team. You know, everybody else, Declan Rice picks up the ball, and there's a pass there to be made, but the space is a little bit tight. Look, Havertz has dropped all the way into the midfield to come and create this link-up play. Saka, got to score, surely. Trossard, is that 2? Is the flag stayed down? It's 2. That's like, oh, what a great goal that is. What a goal that is. It's 2-0 Arsenal. I said I wouldn't put it past Arsenal scoring a second. Ødegaard's with an unbelievable little L1 triangle FIFA ball over the top. How people can doubt him, how people can dislike him, how people can hate on him, I will never understand. Martin Ødegaard, Captain Asgard, do you know what I'm saying? He's the boy. Trossard gets himself a goal. Trossard is just, like I say, he's a constant goal threat. See this again. Havertz, and this is the part, this is what's difficult. Havertz literally leaves the number 9 position completely and just goes into midfield to be part of the link-up play. You know, and just doesn't, there's no number 9. There isn't any. Saka gets the ball, it's back to Ødegaard. 1-2, back into Saka again over the top. West Ham's defense tried to catch Saka offside, and Saka plays the offside trap perfectly and then plays it across the box. Havertz actually slides for it and misses it. And it's Trossard at the back post to get the goal. Trossard hasn't played great. You know, to be honest with you, he hasn't played great, but he is a constant goal threat. And then you've got someone like Havertz who can play fairly well all game, but just not get the goal. But there you go. This is the conundrum of being an Arsenal fan. And Arsenal on the attack again. And Ahmad, remind me, was that a set piece? I don't think it was, Ahmad. I don't think that one was a set piece there. But you tell me. Corner FC. Man said it's cold. What do you mean? We're outside or the goal? You must mean the goal, blood. That goal was more than cold. Trossard again, starting to feel himself now. Oh, ball into the box. Good ball into the box. Again, Declan Rice. Has Declan Rice got a middle name? Declan Harold Rice or something. What's Declan? He probably ain't even got a middle name. I'm Googling it right now. Because he just don't want to. He's just bottling so. Yeah, he ain't got a middle name. He just bottles so many challenges. Why? Martin Ødegaard again. Referee, that's a foul. Foul from Soler. They're starting to get frustrated. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. They can't live with the football, so they've got to get frustrated. I hear it. I really do. West Ham are more terrible than Bodo Glimt. I don't know. I mean, West Ham are only 1 point ahead of you. You guys are only 1 point ahead of West Ham in the table. So, do you know what I'm saying? You man are 1 point ahead of them. So, boy, I don't know. If that's true, what does that say about United? Saka with a cross in. It's cut out, though. Trossard, he wants a shot. Surely he's going to shoot. Yeah, he had the opportunity to take the shot first time. He didn't take the shot first time. Done a little dummy and then hits it straight off Wan-Bissaka. Come on, man. Let's be more direct. We started this season last week. Bruv, you can't do that. No, bruv. You man are terrible. Right. The season is the season. I hear it. You've got a new manager in that. I hear that. But I mean, the season is the season. You know what I'm saying? And this season, you man are only 1 point ahead of West Ham. And you man scraped past Bodo Glimt as well. Scraped. I saw that game. I mean, it was a close game. That game could have easily been a draw. So you man were lucky to get past Bodo Glimt as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Mikel Antonio battling with William Saliba. Saliba just giving him a couple little fouls there. Couple little cheeky fouls. Good play from Rice. Good interception. Reads the game well. Rice just needs to be more progressive. Needs to be more confident, more progressive. Tell you what, if this team had an Aaron Ramsey, woof, that's what we need. Bukayo Saka now 10 assists for the season. 10 assists in 13 league games is mad. Those are great numbers. I mean, he's on track to end the season with 25 assists, which is amazing. And can he get himself a goal as well? He gets beyond Emerson. Oh, he gets beyond two. That's a foul. It's a penalty. Saka has just absolutely danced through the defense. He's skipped past Emerson. I don't know who that was. I think it's Paqueta that stuck a foot out. Yeah, it was Paqueta that stuck a foot out. Saka's just dancing through them and earned the Arsenal team a penalty. Look at this again. Cuts beyond one, cuts beyond the second one. And it's a cynical challenge to bring him down. He's still down on the floor. Hopefully he's going to be okay and get himself a penalty. That would be a goal. If he can go and score this penalty, that could be a goal and an assist. Yeah, that's calm. They give what you want us to do, blood? Miss the penalty on purpose? Like you're acting like the thing is with set piece FC, yeah. If we were, that's only funny or that only works if we don't play football. Like if we didn't play any football and we sat in a low block and then tried to hit on a counter and hit and try and dive and get ourselves a penalty, so that would be fine. But if you look at the game, we've had like 60-70% of the possession, all the shots, everything. So as much as it is set piece FC because we're scoring set pieces, that's not all that we're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. We've had 76% of the possession, 6 shots, 3 on target, all from open play. They've had 24% possession. They haven't even had a shot. We've absolutely dominated them. Even if we go and get 2 goals, he's given the penalty to Ødegaard. I do think he was hurt a little bit in that foul, and so he's going to give the penalty to Ødegaard instead of taking it himself. But as much as you can say set piece FC, bro, we're playing very, very good football outside of the set pieces. That's the difference. Ødegaard steps up. Oh, that's a brilliant penalty. Wow, Fabianski went the right way, but Ødegaard still managed to squeeze that. He did exactly what Saka did in the Sporting game, where he's gone to the bottom right corner. The keeper has actually guessed the right way, but it doesn't matter because the penalty is just too perfect. Too perfect. And it's Ødegaard, the captain, getting himself a goal. I think it's been a while since he scored a goal, so I think that's why Saka gave it to him. And Saka, again, showing good captain leadership qualities, in my opinion. You know, he did the same thing with Kai Havertz. When Kai Havertz was struggling to get himself a goal, Saka went and got a penalty and then passed it over to Havertz to give himself some confidence. And he's done it here again with Ødegaard. Not that Ødegaard needed the confidence, but he does need to get back to scoring goals. Saka could have a golden assist, but he's being selfless. Leadership. Future captain, in my opinion. 3-0 Arsenal. It's not even half time yet. Do you know what I mean? Man said set piece FC. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. Not even the stats. Look at the game. This is what you call a dominant performance. 75, 76% of the possession and restricting the opposition to not even having a single shot. Not a single shot on target or off target for the whole half. Oh my God, Kai Havertz is through 1-on-1. Could it be 4? It is 4. How has that happened? The ball just goes straight over the top. The defender, I've got to see that again. 4-0 Arsenal, Kai Havertz. Set piece FC, they said. That wasn't a set piece. That wasn't a set piece. That's 4-0. Well, you man scraped to get past Bodo Glimt. This is 4-0 in the first half. No Marino, no Partey, no Martinelli. 4-0 in the first half. 2 of them are open play goals. 2 brilliant open play goals as well. Paqueta tries a little flick. It doesn't come off. Trossard spots the ball. He plays it straight over the top to Havertz. The defender slides for it. I think it's Max Kilman. He dives at the ball. That's a brilliant pass from Trossard. Brilliant pass from Trossard. Kilman slides at the ball and doesn't get it. And once he misses it, that's it. It's a 1-on-1 straight. 1-on-1 straight away. And Havertz slots that home. Open play goal from Havertz. Brilliant stuff. Lopetegui is crap. I'm not going to lie. He is crap. But even still. 4-0 at home in the first half. Lopetegui could get sacked tonight. I'm not going to lie. He legit could get sacked tonight. Eight shots, 5 on target, 5 touches in the opposition box. They've 15 touches in the opposition box, sorry. They've had no shots, not a single shot. Even if an opposition team's bad, you've still got to play good football to get these types of results. And that's what we've done. You man you're saying, you know, you scraped past Bodo Glimt and drew of Ipswich and said you're back. We're back. Do you know what I'm saying? We're back. West Ham tried to cross and Trossard just clears it. And we have to not be arrogant, not be cocky, not be arrogant. It's a great pass through. Wan-Bissaka for 4-1. That is an unbelievable pass. I need to see that again. That's an amazing pass. Straight through the back 4. Who's played that pass there? This is insane. Who's the number 4? That is a brilliant pass. The defense switched off. And Wan-Bissaka just sliding that ball home. No, that's an unbelievable goal. Wow. It was Carlos Soler with the assist. We never saw Wan-Bissaka doing this for United. And West Ham, they're going to fight back. Now it's game management. It's 38 minutes in. Let's just get to half time. West Ham could be in again. Shot blocked. Before I can even update the scores, West Ham could be fighting their way back. And Declan Rice is penalised as he brings down Paqueta. He's got to keep his temper in check. It's 4-1 and West Ham are trying to mount a serious comeback. They got a free kick on the edge of Arsenal's box. That's not a foul either. That's not even a foul. I can see why he's annoyed. Emerson's probably going to look to take this. Him, Soler, someone like that. But that is not a foul at all. That's a terrible decision from the referee. Bowen's decent from free kicks, isn't he? Carlos Soler's decent from a free kick. Emerson from his Chelsea days, good at free kicks. This is where Arsenal's been bad. It's not just the football, it's the game management. You know, a couple of times we've got red cards this season. It was at silly times in the game. We're 4-1 up. Let's just get to the half. We don't have to attack too much. We don't have to take any big risks. Let's just get to the half. And to be fair to Declan Rice, that actually wasn't a foul. So plenty in the wall. All the Arsenal players are back. I think there's one up for the attack. Emerson goes for it. It's in. It's in. What? What the hell is going on? It's not just that West Ham have scored two. West Ham have just scored two unbelievable goals. That free kick was perfect off the underside of the bar. Perfect off the underside of the bar. That is what am I even watching? 4-2, 40 minutes in. What a game this is. That's just such a good free kick. That was like a Dimitri Payet kind of free kick. That was just a perfect free kick. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I actually can't. Arsenal, let's get to the half. Let's slow the game down and get to the half. Calafiori, West Hammer, Calafiori caught with the ball again. Luckily, Gabriel's there to clean up, but it's a foul from Emerson. It's a foul from Emerson and a foul from Saka as well. I think Saka's going to get himself a yellow card there. And Emerson a yellow card as well. Game management, boys. Game management. Let's not lose our temper. This is what I'm talking about. It is a very good game for the neutral. 6 goals in the first half. Yeah, he got stamped on. Emerson got stamped on there, and Saka just goes over to say, listen, what are you doing? I rate that. But this is where we've had silly red cards, really silly, pointless red cards, which we do not need to have. Saka's 3rd yellow card for the season. We don't want him getting banned, suspended. We definitely don't want to see a red card right now. So let's make sure, Emerson's the one that's at risk. Emerson played a part in bringing Saka down. Paqueta's lucky to not have got a yellow card for the penalty on Saka. The ref will add that time on, but game management, boys. Let's see this out. Good head from Gabriel. Let's just get that ball into touch every time. We can just slow the game down and get it into touch. We ain't even got to do too much. But this is the psychology of football now. West Ham feel that they're on top. They've been absolutely smoked, but in 5 minutes they got themselves 2 goals, and then they feel that they're in control. Jorginho trying to dribble through a couple of players and getting brought down. We're allowing the game to get too erratic. We need someone there who could be a calming influence, and that's where we miss Partey. That's what Partey would normally be for us. Havertz goes down under a simple, easy challenge from Souček. Fabianski's going to go long. This is where we could do with Partey. Like I say, just slow the game down. And since we went 4-0 up, the West Ham have just been activated. They just said, we're not going to get embarrassed. We're not having it, even if we have to foul our way to this game. Somerville, I think, is going to get a yellow card for that foul on Timber as well, as he should. It's good game management from Timber as well. Crossed in from Arsenal. Havertz got there, but it goes for a corner. Another corner. 5 minutes of added time with 1 minute in. I can't believe the game I'm watching right now. Gabriel always just feels like, just in his body language and stuff, the way he walks up to these corners, he always feels like he's going to score. He always feels ready. They've got Mikel Antonio on him, which makes the most sense. It's got to be Antonio or Souček to deal with him. So good corner, this one. Gabriel got the header on it, but he was punched in the face by the goalkeeper. He was punched in the face by the goalkeeper. And the ref surely has got to have a look at this. And a little pushing and shoving is kicking off again, because Todibo was trying to pick up Gabriel off the floor, which he's not allowed to do. Fabianski's got himself a yellow now. Was that for the initial punch? Let's see. I mean, he punches Gabriel square in the face. But does the ref, is that always a yellow? The ref, he's allowed to go for the ball? I thought the yellow should more be for the player trying to pick Gabriel up off the floor. If he's down injured, especially with a head injury, you just let the ref deal with it. But Fabianski's got himself a yellow card. And again, we're at a risk, a real risk. Was no for the fight. What was the Fabianski yellow for? Was that for the punch? He should have gone to catch the ball instead of trying to punch it. We are at a risk of us as an Arsenal, from an Arsenal perspective, we are at a risk of this game descending into madness. And we don't want to see that. That would suit West Ham more than it would suit us. He started the fight. Okay, fine. Okay, got you. Obviously, I ain't got any audio on, but is it a penalty? I didn't realize it was another penalty, and this time Saka's going to take it. You know what? I actually kind of don't feel confident about this penalty. I'm not going to lie. I feel like Saka should have taken the first one. Which way is he going to go now? Now it's the psychological battle of which way does he go? He normally goes bottom right. Fabianski dived there last time. What does he do now, Saka? He goes bottom left and it's in. And again, to be fair to Fabianski, he's dived the right way, both pens. Unfortunately, he's not been able to save one. And, Fabianski is a good servant for Arsenal. I've got no ill feelings towards him, but that is mad. To take 2 penalties and dive the right way both times is not bad going for any goalkeeper. So fair play. And he got a hand to it as well. That is so frustrating for him, but it's great for us. This is a mental game of football. This is absolutely crazy. So another West Ham player has gone down. I think it's going to be another yellow for Jorginho. Was that a foul? Ball's played through. That's a dive. That's just a blatant dive from Emerson. That is a blatant dive. When you watch the replay, tell you man that are watching, let me know if I'm bugging. That just looks like a clear dive to me. I can't see any contact in that at all. And Emerson's on a yellow. If he gets caught, if he does get caught diving, it could be a second yellow. This free kick's a bit further out. What's that? 30 yards. 26 yards out. It's a good free kick again, but not in. You need it to be even better than that to go in from that sort of distance. But they've got themselves a corner. We actually do need to defend this corner seriously because I think a 3-goal lead at half time is really healthy. 2 doesn't feel as strong. Gabriel have a big, strong header, get that ball away. And the ref is blown for half time. Oh my God, everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. Whew. I'm just getting my facts and figures and stats ready to talk about this half, because what a half of football we've just witnessed. Let me get the stats up, because we went through the stats. I was talking about the stats earlier in the game, and then suddenly the game, everything changed. At half time, it's 68% possession to Arsenal. 10 shots. We're literally double everything. We're double their possession. We've got 2/3 of the possession. They've got 1/3. We have double the amount of shots. They've got 5. We've got 10. We've got double the amount of shots on target. They've got 3. We've got 6. We've got double the amount of passes. They've got 115. We've got 230. Same amount of fouls though, and they've got 3 yellow cards, and we have that one yellow card for Saka, and they have 3 yellow cards. Goals in that first half, obviously Gabriel Martinelli, then Trossard, then Ødegaard with the penalty, then Kai Havertz shortly after, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka with a brilliant goal, then Emerson with a free kick, then Saka with a penalty. It's all crazy. But listen, we're still on top. We're still 3 goals. 3-goal cushion is really, really solid. I thought that we would win by 2 goals. I wasn't sure if we would keep a clean sheet or not, because I did think that, again, it's that midfield. And that is where, to be fair, the midfield, Carlos Soler picks up the ball, plays the ball straight through the back 4. Calafiori leaves Wan-Bissaka for Trossard. Trossard defensively is not great. And that's where, like I said before, Martinelli versus Trossard. Martinelli has a different level of intensity, a different level of legs. He's much more aggressive, much more direct, all of that kind of stuff. So much better defensively than Trossard. So we lose that by having Trossard on instead of Martinelli. And that's where we concede one of the goals. And also you feel like if Partey or Marino's in there, maybe that pass from Soler doesn't get through quite as easy. But there you go. And obviously their other goal was the free kick, which is just, brilliant. And, it's just a very, very good free kick. And potentially, they don't get that free kick if the midfield looks different. But it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? We can't, we're not going to keep going on about that. There's no excuses. We're up by 3, and West Ham just started playing for pride at that point. We got up to 4-0 and they said, look, we can't have this. We can't be losing 4-0 on a consistent basis. Not on a consistent basis, sorry, but we can't be losing 4-0 and not fight back. We can't be embarrassed in this fashion. You know, we smashed them last year, and they just obviously felt like, no, fuck this. And even if they had to foul their way to get a goal, they were going to foul their way to get a goal if that's what it needed to be. And I you know, a part of me almost respects that, right? It's a results business, and they said, listen, we're going to go and get a result no matter what. And that's obviously what they set out to do and what they tried to do, and that sort of thing. So I do respect it and I do rate it. And for that, you know, they managed to get themselves 2 goals in like 5 minutes. Before that, they didn't have a single shot. No shots on target, hardly any possession, anything. And it showed what they can do and how dangerous they could be with, you know, for the whole game, they were pressing, but the press just got that a little bit more intense. Once we hit 4-0, that press got a little bit more intense. And they were starting to win a lot more 50-50s and pick up some like scrappy open balls that were there to be contested. And that's what it is. That's, you know, that was the difference. And we need our key players. And I'm looking at Declan Rice, to be honest with you, that half, you know, he wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great. There were lots of times where the ball's in the air and you've got an Arsenal player who's Rice and you've got a West Ham player, and he just chooses not to go for it. He lets the ball come down, lets them bring the ball down, and then goes to engage in a tackle. And for me, for £100 million, for somebody who's been a captain and wants to be a captain again, for somebody who's an England starter, for one of the best DMs in the league, we cannot be allowing the opposition team to bring that ball down. We've got to get physical and get in there and just try to disrupt them as quickly as possible. You look at the goal for Havertz, the ball comes loose, Erdegaard just sticks a foot and taps it to Trossard. Trossard goes over the top and Havertz gets his goal. We could do that a lot more often if we have people like Rice going and winning, or at least competing for these challenges and these loose balls. And I need to be seeing a lot more of that, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's my issue with Rice so far this game. But apart from that, you know, and again, it's this right hand side. Everything's happening down this right hand side. Timber, I think, has been absolutely fantastic. Saka has been absolutely brilliant. Again, you know, he's got 1 goal, 1 assist. He could have even had 2 goals and an assist. He gave it away. You know, we saw Cliver earlier today with a hat trick, and everyone celebrating that hat trick, and that was a hat trick of penalties. But actually, you know, Saka could be on a brace. He could be on the brace and an assist, but he gave it away to be selfless, to do for the team, and he's growing and growing as a player. He's always been talented, but he's growing and growing as a player. I think Havertz, although his style annoys me, you know, he's been brilliant. You know, he's maybe not brilliant, but he's been good. Jorginho's been good, to be fair. Jorginho has been very good. Credit to him. I think Rice has probably been the weakest player on the pitch so far. Saliba and Gabriel doing what they do, always brilliant as always. And Raya, 2 kind of unstoppable goals. No fault from him. You could argue he was beaten near post for the Wan-Bissaka goal, but I'll have to see that one back to really talk about it. It's this left-hand side. Like I say, it's Trossard, who defensively is a bit of a liability. I said at the beginning of the game. And it's Calafiori and Rice. This is the weak area. This is the weak area right here. You know, Calafiori, just the weight of the pass, the maturity of his game, he doesn't look like he's quite there. He's new to the league. I know it's early for him, but I want more. I want more intensity. You know, Calafiori's still playing a bit like a passenger, playing like somebody who's playing in somebody else's team. This isn't somebody else's team. This isn't somebody else's position. This is your team and your position. And I just want to see a little bit more of an enforcing on that, in the same way that I want to see a little bit more enforcing from Declan Rice as well. They're just a little bit passive for me, in my opinion. What else is there? Who else could we say? Saka, Trossard again. You know, in the final third, Trossard is brilliant. Trossard does what Trossard does. You know, he in the final third. In the final third, he's very good. You know, in the build-up play, he got the assist for the Havertz goal. And I was a little bit concerned. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit concerned about what he would do in the midfield and the midfield support with him and being on that side. Have the goals come from their side? The goals have come centrally. I can't even put the goals that we've conceded on. I can't put that on that left hand side of Calafiori and Trossard because actually the goals have come centrally. It's more Declan Rice, in my opinion, that's been not the problem because we're winning 5-2, but that's really where there's an issue. That's really the problem. Saka now. I'm just looking at some of the stats on Bukayo Saka from this season. I remember these are not my tweets. I'm just reading them out. Players, the only players with multiple games of 3 GA so far this season: Cole Palmer, Erling Haaland, and Bukayo Saka. The only players that have 15 plus GA this season: Bukayo Saka and Mohamed Salah. Um, Arsenal have 11 goals in 3 halves of football at the London Stadium. Arsenal and Saka has 15 GA in 12 games for the whole season. And Kai Havertz has 21 GA in 2024, while Nicholas Jackson has 20. Just some little stats here that people are sending me on Twitter. Bukayo Saka has 10 assists this season, and Phil Foden has 9 assists over the last 2 seasons combined. So there you go. And league assists in the last 2 seasons, Bukayo Saka has 19, and Yamal and Rodrigo have 18 between them. To be fair, Yamal's breakout season is more this year than last year. But yeah, I mean, Saka he's the talisman. Do you know what I mean? He is the talisman. A lot of people saying that the goal comes down to Calafiori. I'm not going to blame Calafiori for the goal that we conceded because, like I say, he was there. Trossard was there. Trossard is not the player that I want to be there, but that's Martinelli does that job and he's got to do it. Do you know what I mean? So that's just what it is. 5-2, 7 goals. And the thing is, with this West Ham team, they're going to do more of the same. They're going to do more of the same. They can't really make any subs. I don't think there'll be any subs yet. Late on, I wouldn't mind seeing Martinelli coming on last 20 minutes. The midfield, do we look at Zinchenko in the midfield? I don't know that we do. I don't know that helps the situation. It might just be more of the same problem. Because, like I say, the problem for me is just that Rice, that double pivot of Rice and Jorginho. That's really the issue that I have. But again, it's not on Arteta because it's injuries. What can you do? Players are injured. You can't play them. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. I would like Arsenal to not. What I would want to see from Arsenal in the second half is to not change their game plan. And the problem is, I'm not convinced that they won't. I definitely think there's a big chance that Arteta does change his game plan rather than stick to what what we did in the first half. You know. I'm trying to find a gif of Daniel Dubois knocking out Anthony Joshua so that I can post that on Twitter. Say this is Fabianski coming from corners. This is the thing, with where Arsenal's at, there's a couple of players that we need. There's a couple of players that we need. We need a striker. We need a centre mid. It's as simple as that. I like Marino. I've seen him do some good stuff, but already there are problems around injuries and consistent muscle injuries, which is a concern for me. Do you know what I mean? Do I think Tyson could win against who? Against Usyk? No, I don't think Tyson can win against Usyk, to be honest. They are going to make a change, West Ham. Somerville is off. Was Somerville one of the players on a yellow? He was. So Edson Alvarez is going to come on instead of. Nah. He's Tyson's losing. He ain't winning against Usyk, bro. He ain't winning against Usyk. No way. Not no way, but pretty much no way. But off for the second half. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here, chilling with us, dropping the banter. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Fabianski don't knock any of our players out in the second half. And I think that we need to continue to do what we were doing before. It's important that we continue to attack. We continue to play our football. We're still a team that is growing. I know it sounds silly because we've had the same manager and a lot of the players for a while, but we're still a team that's in a growth phase. Declan Rice just goes down there again from a challenge, and it's just weak from £100 million DM. Come on, man. I need Declan Rice to be stronger. He might fight dirty and put weight on him. Yeah, but he probably will. But that's how Tyson's always fought. He can't. If he tries to put weight on him, it will just make him very tired. Tyson is going to struggle to knock out Usyk, and if he goes in super heavy and puts loads of weight on, it's just going to be a detriment to himself. Because if he can't knock him out, which he can't, it's going to be a 12-round fight. And Usyk is the best, or one of the best in the world at pacing himself and slowly moving through the gears. The pass. Emerson just tried to pass it back to Fabianski. The pass was short, and suddenly Havertz was almost in again. But there you go. Yeah, even if he puts on weight and tries to fight dirty, that will be to his detriment. I don't think that will help him. Usyk will use his legs, move around. Tyson will get tired. That's a great pass from David Raya. But again, it's Havertz that has to come all the way back to the number 6 position to come and receive the ball from the goalkeeper. And then when we go and set up an attack, we've got no striker. Havertz is playing really well. I like a lot of the stuff that he's doing. It's just annoying that these are the players that we've got to go and win this game. But what do you think? You think Tyson Fury can win against Usyk? It's good from Arsenal. Good, slow, controlled build up. That's good. That's the first thing we need to do is get control of the game back. Again, the ball's up in the air, and Declan Rice is near it with the number 28, and he chooses not to go and fight for the ball. He chooses to let the ball come down to the ground. And that, for me, once again, is not good enough. So many times I've seen it happen now. Saka gets himself a corner again. That's what Usyk does. That's what Usyk does. Remember, Usyk is naturally a cruiserweight, so he's smaller. He's got a smaller body. He's a naturally smaller guy than any heavyweight he fights. So he's always going to go in, and his game plan is, or his focus is going to be to avoid the clinch and avoid, yeah, and avoid all of those things. I have missed a substitution here because I can see Kivior is on the pitch. Where did that happen? Gabriel has come off and Kivior has come on. Okay, fine. Gabriel's come off and Kivior's come on. I didn't see that. Calafiori came near post that time, but yeah, Tyson's dirty, but Tyson's always been dirty. Go and look at his knockout. He always leans on people, pulls their heads down, low blows, everything. Tyson's always been a dirty fighter, always. So Usyk will be ready for that. Usyk is an extremely difficult person to fight dirty with because he's technically so much better. It's like if you're playing football against someone who's way better than you and you just try to foul them, they're gonna make you look silly. If you're close in ability and you just play dirty, then that might help. But if they're way better than you, then you're going to struggle to actually just run and foul them because they're going to skip past you and make you look silly. Do you know what I mean? Like Usyk is like the Neymar of boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? The more you try to play dirty against him, it's not going to help you. It'll probably be worse. West Ham trying to just soak up the pressure. They're not really pressing as aggressively as they did in the first half, which is interesting because they're 3 goals down. Something's just flown onto the pitch, I think, so the ref has stopped it for a second. David Raya is way out of his goal. Which is just making me a little bit nervous. Saka battling with Emerson. It's a long ball from Raya, and Saka's got there up against Emerson. Havertz is picked up the ball out wide. Again, it's just no, we don't have a strike. He's Havertz is playing like a really good number 10. The problem is he's our striker. If he did this, when Havertz is playing in the midfield, he can't put in this type of midfield performance. He plays as a better midfielder from when he's a striker than he does when he's actually in the midfield. It's so annoying. Timber not enjoying the physical side of meeting Mikel Antonio. Just seeing that Saka penalty again. That Saka penalty actually wasn't the best penalty, to be fair. That was a fairly average pen. You know, he's gone bottom corner, but it was not central, but it wasn't really binged. It wasn't perfectly in the corner, but it was low and hard and difficult enough. Jared Bowen buying himself a foul. And Bowen hits it over. Yeah, Rice is. I'm going to have to do a deep dive and look at why Rice is not performing to the level that he was performing at last season. Because last season he was man of the match or top 3 or 4 performers pretty much every week. And this season, he's just poor. Havertz winning the header. And Timber fouled again by Carlos Soler. Soler really just very erratic, aggressive player. Like Havertz, can he find a cross in? Can he find a ball into the box? He can. He's cut out though. Again, Jorginho just not got the physicality to deal with this type of game. Sensible from Raya to send it long. I don't mind that. That's much. I'd prefer that, to be honest. I do prefer that. Debating doing a live stream for the City versus Liverpool game tomorrow. Liverpool versus City, I should say, tomorrow. I might be live for that. If man don't want to come and lock in, because like I say, I'm struggling to see what result it would benefit us the most, really, because they're, both teams are in front of us. So West Ham looking to put together some sort of attack. Antonio turns, gets the shot away. It's wide. They're walking back like it's a corner. Is that a corner? Jorginho just walking alongside Paqueta, just walking alongside him. This midfield, man. Saliba, good defensive header. Tell you what, I'm just seeing Martinelli just on the sidelines there. And if Martinelli can go and get himself 20 minutes here, that could be a real problem for West Ham. This is a game that's crying out for someone like Martinelli, in my opinion. Both defensively and offensively. We're losing a lot of the physical one-on-ones. Paqueta that time, to be fair, he did go through the back of him. I don't think that one win for Man City automatically makes them bounce back. Look at their stats when they don't have Rodri. They can't put together a 10-15 game run without Rodri. They've put together 10-15 game runs every season, but never without Rodri in their team. That's the problem for them. Zinchenko coming on, Calafiori coming off. That's going to be at left back. So that is now the only person who could have potentially given us some sort of shake-up in the midfield. I wonder if later on, maybe, do we see Havertz drop into the midfield and Jesus go up top? I wouldn't be against that. Havertz has been doing a good midfield job, albeit he's doing it from the number 9 spot. So Kivior and Zinchenko now both on. And again, in the midfield, the ball's just bouncing around. There's no one to go and get control of the ball. Saliba tries to get the ball clear, only goes as far. Oh, Erdegaard's got it and gets rid of it. It's good play from the captain. And again, where's our midfield? I'm just looking at our midfield shape. Wan-Bissaka comes forwards. It's too easy. Quick 1-2 around Rice. When have we ever seen Wan-Bissaka do 1-2 little flick touches like that? Never. Until he comes up against Rice. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think. I think Man City can afford to win and still go on a bad run. Do you know what I mean? Or to continue to drop points. Trossard has been hit with a challenge from Todibo, very, very late. and is limping. Could this be Martinelli time? Or is he gonna? He's gonna keep playing. The midfield is so open and so unstructured. Saka up against Emerson. Come on, cook him, cook him, cook him. So it's not a bad pass, but it wasn't a good pass either. And Zinchenko's popping up on the right wing position here from left back. Erdegaard with a shot. Oh, it's a decent shot. It's just easy for the keeper because he telegraphed it. It was so obvious he was going to shoot. Zinchenko is a capable goal scorer, to be fair. I like that from Zinchenko, just bringing some calm, nice little bit of calm. Because Zinchenko's a very good football player. He just lacks the physical side. Again, the pace, the size. But from a technical perspective, he's a technical player. Rice, what have you got? Big switch over to Saka. That's a good pass. That is a very good pass. And Saka's shot goes wide or it goes for a corner. Yeah, he can't defend. He can't really defend, but like right now, to be honest with you, 5-2, 60 minutes in, man's not really too bothered about defending. Like bothered, but not too bothered. Like, we'll be fine. And Saka's down. He's injured himself as he's gone for that shot. Arsenal play Fulham on December 8th. Saka's going to come up against Emil Smith Rowe for the first time. He's probably not played against him in God knows how many years. Is Saka maybe going to? Is he going to come off here? I think he's just coming off to get some treatment. But again, I just wouldn't mind seeing Martinelli on. What can Arsenal do from this corner with no Gabriel? Rice near post, not the best, and Paqueta just hits it straight back out for another corner. That delivery was dead. Right, we're going to have some serious conversations about Declan Rice. Some serious conversations about Declan Rice. Better corner that time. Fabianski double hand punches it that time. Not trying to get another yellow. Good play from Jorginho just to stick out a foot and get some sort of little touch on it. Zinchenko doing the inverted thing. How's that not a foul on Erdegaard? How's that not a foul? The guy's just holding him all the way. That must be a yellow for Kilman. He's holding him all the way. Holding. And then comes down the back of his leg. Max Kilman has been absolutely cooked in this game, by the way. Off topic, on topic. Kilman has been cooked in this game for sure. Danny Ings now going to come on. Danny Ings and Kufau. And Havertz is getting a warning. I'm not sure what for. It's this little nudge here and there, but now we're going to see the subs. Ings coming on, Antonio off, and Emerson off as well. So where's Kufal going to play? Is he going to be left? I thought he was normally a right back. Maybe he's going to go left back. Now he's going right back. Wan-Bissaka's gone left back now. Julian Timber with 3 around him does well. It's a good controlled second half performance from Arsenal. Nice and controlled. Sensible amount of attacking, not needed to do too much. Declan Rice driving forwards. Havertz now, can he find Saka? He can. Saka against Wan-Bissaka. Little miscommunication between Saka and Odegaard, but Saka still got it. Danny Ings. Is that Ings or Bowen? That's Bowen with the ball. He's all alone. Good defending from Arsenal. Good, solid defending from Arsenal. I like that. Wonder when I'm going to see Arteta make some changes, if he's going to make some changes, and who kind of needs to be protected. Maybe Saka comes off instead of, I know Martinelli's a natural left-sided player, but you wonder. Saka's legs just need a little bit of protection, a little bit of rest and rotation. Jorginho's playing better than Rice. He's getting in. He's making interceptions. He's doing all the things that I'd expect Rice to be doing. Rice, for me, has just been a bit of a letdown today. I'm not going to lie. Not even like a letdown for the money, just a letdown, period. Done a couple of good switches out wide to Saka, but he's not done anything that I couldn't see anyone else doing. Erdegaard with the ball in behind to Saka, wins himself a corner. That was really good football. Good pass from Erdegaard as well. Ten corners today for Arsenal versus 2 for West Ham. Saka with the corner. Coming up to 70 minutes. I'm expecting subs pretty soon. Saka corner, back post. Keeper's fluffed at it. West Ham have got it away. Saka again. Erdegaard. Erdegaard wants to find himself on a score sheet. Zinchenko. Saka. Erdegaard. Oh, it's just blocked. I think Solaire's done quite well. Solaire's been good for them, to be fair. They weren't on the same page. Easy for Arsenal to mop that up. But I think for West Ham, I think Solaire's been really good. At what point are we going to see some subs? Because I think the game's pretty much done. We don't need Saka on at this point to keep running himself into the ground for the last 20 minutes. And this is the problem that lots of people, myself included, have with Mikel Arteta and some other people as well, is this constant running players into the ground when it's not necessary to do so. Havertz could be in. Can you find a shot? No, it's Declan Rice, sorry. Couldn't find a shot. Who's that? Zinchenko? Trossard? Again, Jorginho, it's been good. Trossard tries a nutmeg on Soler, doesn't come off. And Kivior's been decent since he's come on as well. Not really done too much, but been good enough. A great feat from Erdegaard. Brilliant from Erdegaard and Jorginho. Good pass through straight to Timber. Can he play it across to Havertz? Oh, Wan-Bissaka was very close to getting himself booked there because he threw himself at that challenge and Timber was in behind. Zinchenko's done okay defensively. Done okay. They haven't really got Bowen with the ball running at him, which is the kind of situation he doesn't like to be in. But they haven't really made that type of situation happen, West Ham. Wan-Bissaka gets down the left wing, but he's all alone. Can you find a pass? He does find a pass. How's Wan-Bissaka suddenly so technical? Like at United, he looks shit, and all of a sudden, he just looks like a proper decent technical right back. Ings nearly had the ball, but just fluffed his lines a little bit. And like I said, bro, once Antonio went off, yeah, and Ings came on, that was it, brother. I just thought, yeah, yeah, the game's done. Like West Ham have forfeited the game really because Ings is dead. Like he's not dead, but he's dead. Like he's just dead. Jesus and Sterling coming on. Who's coming off? We're probably going to see. Okay, it's Erdegaard that's coming off. So I imagine it's going to be what I suggested before. Havertz drop into the 10 and Jesus go up top. Bro, when he was at United, no one thought of him as a technical right back. He looked shit. Like on a technical level, he looked shit. He could defend and he could win one-on-one battles, but he couldn't run, he couldn't dribble, he couldn't cross, he couldn't pass. None of that stuff he could do. You would never see Wan-Bissaka at United drop the shoulder on a man, get down the byline, and put a cross in. Like man would never see that, bro, ever. And if man did it, it would be banner. Like he could defend. You know what I'm saying? That was his thing. But now he can do all of that kind of stuff. Like, or he's not that he can. Obviously, he probably could before, but now he's showing that he can. Saka is off, and Raheem Sterling is on. Would have been nice to see Wanyeri on, but maybe the game calls for bigger, more physical people. It's been a bit of a game of a lot of aggression and a lot of kind of dirty challenges, really, to be honest. So maybe not the right situation to throw Wanyeri into. Sterling and Jesus not quite on the same page. Sterling not on the same page as anybody. I don't know what page he's on. He's not even reading the book. I don't know what he's on. He's reading a text. Kivior up against Bowen does really well. Really well. Does really well again. That's twice on Bowen and on Kufal. So ref giving I think he's giving the foul for the challenge on Bowen. There was some shirt pulling, but I thought there was shirt pulling both sides. I didn't think it was anything too egregious, but there you go. I just realized Jesus to Sterling should not be miscommunicating because they all played for the same team. Them two and flipping Zinchenko. They all played for the same team. So they shouldn't even be miscommunicating. Again, dangerous situation here with 3 goals up. We haven't really looked like scoring at all in this second half. Carlos said they're taking a free kick now. If they are to go and score this, the last 15 minutes could be rock and roll, and that's not what we want. We want to keep it simple. They get there first. Someone's got to win the header. Oh, David Raya just gets there. And again, Zinchenko was there, and just a few players that you don't really want in them type of situations. Man said City scammed Arsenal 3 times, bro. We didn't buy Sterling. He's on loan from Chelsea, so they didn't scam us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and Jesus was good for us. To be fair, he was good for us for a bit, but I don't know what happened, bro. After that knee injury and after the World Cup, he's been dead. But they were good. Like they were good signings for when we bought them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like for that transition time, when we were in that transition period, they were good signings for that time. Now we've moved on from that time, so it's not. I mean, that's what it is. But I wouldn't say scammed. It was just those are the players that we needed at that moment. Do you know what I'm saying? And Ajax scammed you, man, for Anthony. So it is what it is, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyone can get scammed, bro. 77 minutes, about 15 minutes to go. Anthony is a good wing back now. Anthony's fucking shit. If you think Anthony's a good wing back, then good luck to you, innit? Do you know what I mean? Say no more, man. I'm happy for you. I'm paid 85 million for a wing back. Say no more. Wan-Bissaka's played well for these, man. I'm not going to lie. I've never seen Wan-Bissaka put on this type of performance for Man United ever in my life. I'm not even trying to banter Man United. It's just like, where was this player? Like, what's going on here? They're popping the ball out wide to Wan-Bissaka. He's getting down the byline. Look, he gets down the byline past Sterling. Too easy. Way too easy. Yeah, this Sterling transfer can never be made permanent because, boy, bro, Donny just brings nothing but, like, I don't know, bruv. The playlist in the dressing room. I don't know what he brings. I never thought I'd see the day when Raheem Sterling was getting bun for pace by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but here we are, bruv. Oh, David Ryan living very dangerously, but we've just got away with it. Just Sterling, he's got the ball. He's up against Wan-Bissaka. It's a good little pass into Trossard, but he said after Louis van Gaal, you never had a good coach, so you wouldn't consider Jose Mourinho a good coach. He's one of the greatest managers of all time. You wouldn't consider him a good coach, and a good coach for defenders as well. What is going on with these fouls, ref? Honestly, like these managers fouling us. It's ridiculous. Mourinho isn't a coach that improves players. Nah, I disagree with that. There's bare players that Mourinho has made better. Bare. There's bare players he hasn't made better, but there's bare players he has made better as well. That's a media narrative. Kufar coming forwards. Little flick into Ings. Saliba, hold this pussy up, man. What's he doing? It's good defending from Arsenal just to get it clear. Last 10 minutes now. Let's see this out. The attacking impotence from this team is just gone. Like, it's just completely gone. Jesus and Sterling just slow the game down. Sterling looks like he can't run. He legit looks like he can't run. Flick on from Jesus to Havertz. And Havertz is probably not going to find that part. Oh, whoa, ref. How's that not a foul? Ref. Wan-Bissaka's just come through. I think Wan-Bissaka got a lot of the ball. I think he got a lot of the ball, but he just sived straight through the back of Havertz. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Let's see this again. Oh no, it's not a foul. It isn't a foul. I thought it was, but who's this coming on now? It's going to be Ethan. Is young Ethan coming on? It is. It's going to be Trossard coming off. So Ethan Wanyeri is going to go wide. Trossard's not happy. But to be fair, Trossard has done nothing in the last 10, 15 minutes. And you played 83 minutes, blood, and the game's coming to an end anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Just put your little sleep eye mask on and just jam, blood. Like, what? You're not missing anything. I mean, footballers are actually egomaniacs, I swear down, bro. They are egomaniacs, bro. Most of them I can't stand. I'm not going to lie. I can't stand some of them, man. Like when we got Timber and he was balling out and Zinchenko was screw facing on the bench and pouting like an Insta model, bro. You're not better than Timber, in it. Like it just is what it is. I don't even know how you can be upset. If you're vexed, then you can leave the club. Like Ethan Wanyeri looks like he's going to come and play out on the right hand side. Sterling going out to the left. So he'll be up against Wan-Bissaka, and you can see immediately that some of the players are looking at him like, do I even play you this ball? Because Wan-Bissaka is probably going to side you down. Declan Rice, release it. Declan did not release it straight through the middle, man. Oh, side netting from Sterling. Declan, bruv. Jesus was there. Jesus is there all day. He could pop that pass. Nah, Declan's not the guy, bruv. That's what I'm saying. That's enough time for him, bro. 83 and a half minutes. And you're not a regular starter anyway. Like, bruv, Declan Rice is killing me, bruv. Say is that again, Kivior's been decent since he's come on. With the defensive positions, yeah, it's like, bro, man, don't want to hear from you, man, too much. Do you know what I'm saying? The more I hear from you, probably the more of a problem that you are, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's better that I just don't really hear from you too much. He came on at left back. He came on at left centre back, sorry, and he's been doing a decent shift at left back when Zinchenko goes to invert. Wanyeri picks the ball up. Super progressive straight away. Look at that. And Havertz is in. Jesus is at the back post. Wanyeri could be in. It's good defending. Defender just holds him off. But that's so much better. That is actually so much better. And you know what? Because Wanyeri's young, yeah, I feel like he's not ready yet to be just thrown into the starting lineup. However, when I keep seeing man that are starters not play progressive football, they're creating a situation for themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? They're creating a situation for themselves where my man's going to come on and just play progressive football, and then we're going to see Wagwan early because he just comes in and has an impact straight away. But he's just progressive. He wants to play the football forwards. Great inception from Jesus. No one's with him. He's all on his own. He's going to have to do a little bit of magic if he's going to get anything from this. Jesus, still Jesus. Oh, ref in his book, he's got a foul. That is a nasty foul from Kilman. Max Kilman is fucking shit. He's been smoked all game. Let me go and tweet that, bro. Max Kilman is shit, bro. It was Kilman, wasn't it? No, who's that? Irvin. Who's going to take this? Like Sterling lining up for this free kick, bro. Do you even deserve this free kick? Jorginho's gone to stand in front of the goalkeeper for this free kick, and the ref is telling him to walk away. But he's like, I'm allowed to stand here. If we score, chalk out the goal then for interfering with play. But I'm allowed to stand here. It looks like Sterling's going to go for this, and Sterling is not really a. I don't know if Sterling is much of a free kick specialist. He used to score them back in the day, but I ain't seen him bag a free kick in a long time. I thought maybe Zinchenko might be a better free kick taker than Sterling, but let's see. One more goal would do me nicely. Sterling. Oh, it wasn't far wide. It was wide. The dip was right. It was just too wide. Not a terrible free kick. And I tell you what, Fabianski was worried, bro. He was beaten. He wasn't sure where that was. Zinchenko defensively has been okay today, but I guess he's been up against like Ings and Bowen and that. And they're like Ings is shit and Bowen is like okay. Bowen's good for like 6 games a season, but he's not consistently good. Five minutes of added time to be played. Arsenal are going to come away with the victory, of course. It's a good switch. That is a good switch. And again, like, bro, for United, listen to what I'm saying, yeah, Ahmad. I'm not even trying to banter United yet, but Wan-Bissaka used to slow down United's counter-attacks. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now, Wan-Bissaka is like, oh, West Ham could be in for a third. Oh my God, Danny Ings has just missed an open goal. He's just missed an open goal. Danny Ings is shit, bruv. He's terrible, bruv. The keeper came out, lunged at the ball, missed the ball, and then Danny Ings missed. Terrible player. Awful player. He's touched it to go round the goalkeeper and then he's spun and put it wide. He's terrible, bro. That's what I'm saying. Remember I said Zinchenko's been good today, but to be fair, he's only defending Danny Ings, and Danny Ings is shit. Danny Ings is fucking garbage, bro. They'd have been better leaving Antonio on. If Antonio bags that goal, 100%. But yeah, like I feel like West Ham are using Wan-Bissaka as like their main counter-attacking guy. Whereas for United, they just never did that. Like it's like they said that he slowed down counter-attacks. Get the boy Wanyeri on the ball, man. Let's get Wanyeri on the ball, man. Fuck it. Timber's been class again today. Timber's been so good. Saka, man of the match, ranked number 1 for shots, number 1 for chances created, number 1 for goal involvements, number 1 for touches in the opposition box, Number one for everything again, Bukayo Saka. You know what I'm saying? You man try to compare him to these bum ballers like Sancho and all these other men that have come and gone, bruv. You know what I'm saying? These scrubs, bruv. These TLC, I don't want no scrubs. Jorginho's been taken down, but we've got an advantage. Sterling up against Todibo. Sterling, what can you do? Sterling, what can you do? You can't do anything, bruv. Raheem Shillings, bruv. Jesus. One more goal, please, lads. Oh, side netting, bruv. You side netting merchants, bruv. Oh, bruv. Yeah, Sterling, another Saka, sorry, another man of the match performance. Once again, with what? A goal and 2 assists? And really could have been 2 goals and 2 assists. That first penalty he gave to Odegaard, and then the second one he went and scored himself. Sterling slows down any attack. No, bro, Sterling, yeah, looks like he's retired, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He looks like he needs to go to Saudi or something. Like, he honestly looks finished. Honestly. This is the kind of thing I hope changes with a new director of football. Because, like, we went into the season, bro. We went into this season, the summer transfer window, sorry, saying we need a striker and a winger, and we didn't get either, bruv. We got Marie. We needed a striker, a winger, and a centre mid. We got Marino, who a lot of people weren't really too happy about. I think he's okay, to be fair. We haven't seen enough of him because of injuries, but cool. We've got Calafiori, which no one really felt like we needed because we've got about 6 left backs at the club. Didn't get a striker, and then got Raheem Sterling as a winger. That's full time. That is full time. I predicted 2-0 at the beginning of the game. I was very wrong, but still, we won 5-2. Yeah, I'm saying we've already been through it, the goals, everything like that. And I got to say, that was a very good performance, bro. Like, when we're at our best, yeah, like last season before last couple of seasons, when we've been at our best, yeah, we are able to smoke teams within 30, 40 minutes, similar to Liverpool when they're at their best, similar to Man City when they're at their best. In 30 or 40 minutes of good football, you can smoke a team 4 or 5 goals. And that's pretty much what we did because the second half was pretty quiet. We were in cruise control. And really, West Ham had like a 10-minute period where they really fought back. But this second half didn't really offer too much. Once they took Antonio off and put on Ings, we knew the game was done. Do you know what I'm saying? Because some of them are dusty. And a lot of them tried to just foul and be aggressive and bully their way through to a result, which I get it. Like, I hear it. Sometimes you've got to do that. Obviously, we're Arsenal. We're on a good run of form right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So where does that put us in terms of the league, in terms of the table, all that kind of good stuff? Let's see where that actually puts us in terms of the table. Currently, we're in second. Now, obviously, people have a game in hand. We've leapfrogged Brighton. And actually, I was saying about the table. For me, now it looks like a Liverpool win tomorrow might be the best thing for us. No, a draw. Actually, a draw would be best because if Man City draw tomorrow, they will stay below us. We're now on 25 points, Brighton on 23, City on 23, Chelsea on 22, and then that's it, Tottenham on 19. So, really, we need City to draw or lose tomorrow. That will be the best possible thing for us. The 5th goal absolutely killed the game. And that's exactly what we wanted, bro. Like I said, we need to get control back of the game management, and take it out of their hands. And now, boy, 6 points. Liverpool only 6 points ahead of us. If they draw tomorrow against City, we'll be second, and there'll only be a 7-point gap, which is not crazy. It's not an insurmountable gap. Like, I think we could climb back from 7 points. That is very doable. So let's see what happens. But today, listen, Saka, man of the match, quality performance yet again. Could have done even more. And I don't even think we were really at our best today either. Like, I think Rice was disappointing. I think that games like this, because we won by 5-2, it kind of hides how poor Declan Rice was, in my opinion. But, you know, I might do a whole video on Declan Rice at some point and highlight some of the reasons that I think that he's been poor. But listen, Ahmad, anyone that's been here throughout the course of the stream, big love, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. Be covering some Manchester United stuff as well coming. So big love to everyone that's been part of the whole stream. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back again. I may be back tomorrow, but you know what I mean? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then we'll see if I'm back live tomorrow or not. Lock in. I'm going live again this evening for boxing. For anyone that's into their boxing, I'm going to be live again. Let me go take a break, get some food, all that good stuff. But listen, brother, it's been gravy. It's been wavy. Big love, bro. Peace every time. You know what it is. I'm out.